Well, it's Friday, right? March 4. And yes, welcome to yet another edition of the stellar series known affectionately as Dr. C's Corner. Yay! Hey, I'm your favorite associate dean on the planet, Dr. Jeff Sarnik, here at Southern New Hampshire University Global and Social Sciences team in the Department of Criminal Justice. And as always, on behalf of your fantastic faculty, they really are something. If you really need to look at their bios when you're in your class, and I'm going to tell you, they're mind blowing, the accomplishments, the credentials, and experience, but more importantly, their positive attitudes. And that's what I want to talk about today. But also a hearty handshake and thanks to all of your advisors who do a tremendous job to help support you each and every week. And here we are in week 1, and now you're trying to bite off more than you can chew, right? Oh my God, this course is in front of me, and it's a lot of work, and I've got kids, and blah, blah, blah. But there's a lot of negativity that's thrown against us, or perceived negativity, that can really kind of derail us. And that's what we have to be very careful of. I mean, you have to feed the mind and train the mind to think, and if you've heard these before, think positive, right? Nice books, nice bumper stickers, great t-shirts, but there is scientific evidence that says how you think dictates how you will act. How you think will dictate whether you fail, you withdraw, you recede, or whatever. How you think will either determine that or determine your grit and perseverance to get through what you need. Because remember one thing about education. It's one of the one things in your life, when you think about it, that no one can take away from you. It's all here, but it's also here. Okay, and you put those two things together, and you are unstoppable. So what will happen? What are winners? We see winners in life and go, oh, they're lucky and they got a good break. No, no, no. Winners, they have desire, they have self-control, and they are prepared. Read your announcement so you can prepare each week, right? They're prepared. So I want to say that again. It's desire, unmitigated, unwavering desire. You will not be stopped. Self-control. They know that it is up to them. You yourself are your business. You build yourself. No one else can do it really for you. Okay? Your teachers can help move you along, give you the information you need, maybe inspire you, motivate you, validate your thinking. That's great. But at the end of the day, when you're by yourself at 10 o'clock at night on your laptop doing your homework, who is it up to? You. So you have to have desire, self control, and preparation. Know what you have to do each and every week. Every successful student that I've spoken with or interviewed for the How I Succeed series all say the same thing. I'm going to get through this for my family. I'm going to get through this for my job. I'm going to get through this for me. And each and every week, I plan. I really rely on those announcements so I can plan ahead and succeed for the week. But let's talk about the mind and body effect. A lot of research out there. Great book. I'll recommend it to you at the end of this incredible video. The mind body effect, a researcher by the name of Benson, he brilliantly explains the close interrelation between your mind and body in which the thought processes lead both to disease and to good health. This quote, a little thing on voodoo death. The concept of voodoo death is the extreme example of the potential negative effects of the mind on the body. So if you ever heard of voodoo, okay, as practice, right, is allegedly casting a spell on someone. What he found was that the people that succumbed or died, okay, from a voodoo spell, right, knew that it was being cast on them. And there were solid examples in the real world, kind of morbid in some respects. But if someone, as an example here, in the Western world, many equivalents to voodoo death have been discovered in case histories. So this is research. There's an example here where the fortune teller told a 5-year-old, you will die. When they were 5, said that, you will die when you're 43. The little girl grew up with the awesome prediction in her mind and died 1 week after her 43rd birthday, said a report in the British Medical Journal. So they were wondering if the severe emotional tensions of this patient superimposed on the physiological stress of surgery had any bearing upon her death. You think about that. Elvis Presley, you ever heard of him? Famous rock star, etc., famous singer. Same thing. He was very, very close to his mother, and she died at age 43, and so did he, of the same issues. Right? So not to be morbid, but that's the bad side. That's what can happen. There's documented cases, and there's a lot more to that. But what do you do to get away from that? I mean, who doesn't think that way and become successful? One of the greatest golfers of all time, and I'm a lousy golfer, but I really admired Lee Trevino. And he won, I can't tell you how many majors and opens and whatnot. And he would say, I admit, I'm a money golfer. Every time there are big stakes, like your education. Every time there are big stakes, I go for the purse. Unwavering. Didn't look like an athlete, but he was a tremendous golfer, and it was all up here. So what do? What's the secret sauce here? How to take action right now, today. As this course is laid out in front of you, your education is in front of you. It's an uphill climb, right? Okay, but that's how you get to the top, isn't it? Use positive self-talk morning to bedtime. It's another good day for me. Say it over and over again. Train your mind to think that way. You own the mind. You're in charge. Things will work out for me today. I expect a great day. I will do better. Find something good in all of your personal relationships and accentuate the blessings or lessons in even the most trying confrontations. Right? Some of those hardships in our relationships, okay, are there maybe for a reason. So you can learn from them, correct? We've all gone through that. And we start thinking, well, that person and they did this. No. Use those as a catalyst to do better, to avoid people like that too. Dream stealers, I call them, right? They don't want you to succeed. You know who they are, but you can get around them right here. Look at problems as opportunities. Make a list of your most pressing. Now, I've heard from students, oh, I've got all this to do this week, and this is a big problem. No, it's not. Your education is not a problem. Your homework is not a problem. Your quest for greatness is not a problem, unless you say it is. You see where we're going with this? All right, so the ones that block your professional and personal fulfillment. You write a 1 or 2 sentence definition of each problem. Take the time to do this. You owe it to yourself, right? Now rewrite the definition, only this time view as an opportunity or exercise to challenge your creativity and ingenuity. You might have heard from people in the past, you're not good enough. You got back a paper that had more red ink than that ever been made, right? We've all been there. That's not who defines you today and tomorrow. That's what happened yesterday. And those are not failing points. Those are learning points. Those are those things that catapult you to greatness to say, that's not going to happen to me again. But it has to be here. And action speaks louder than words. So what we're doing is we're mechanizing these, operationalizing them, make them happen. I'm going to tell you the last one right here. There's more to this, but for the sake of time, learn to stay relaxed and friendly, no matter how much tension you're under. Deep breathing works great. Meditation, try that. Instead of participating in group griping, oh boy, misery loves company. Single out someone or something to praise. Makes you feel good too, doesn't it? Instead of being unhelpfully critical, be constructively helpful. That can be hard to do, huh? When tension or anxiety enter the room, that's your signal to breathe slowly and deeply, to lower the tone and pitch of your voice, to sit back and relax your muscles, and to respond calmly to problems with suggested solutions. I'm teaching CJ 480 this term. It's a capstone. And we always have a first video, face-to-face video meeting at the beginning of each term. Okay? And I talk a little bit about content, but what I talk about is staying power, number one, grit, I have your back, and to relax. What's the best way to eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? To minimize these problems that seems to be so huge. Reduce your stress first. Learning will be so much easier. There's research out there that says if you are stressed out, your performance will dive. So you can do this. Reduce your stress, and it begins here with positive thinking. Great book here, been around a long time. I've got a bunch of these. Why? Because I'm always trying to feed that, because there's so much negativity out there that you know what I mean? It's just hard to avoid, but you have to be an intrepid mind warrior and build a business of you. It's called The Psychology of Winning by Dennis Waitley. Really, really good. Okay? Don't be ashamed of winning. Go for it. So again, on behalf of your fantastic faculty and your great advisors, you got this, and we have your back.